Welcome to my channel. Greetings and salutations, brothers, sisters, comrades, and proletarians. Yeah, this is a guide on how I bought my greenhouse and why. These pictures at the beginning are the greenhouse that I bought. It's not my greenhouse; these are the pictures off the website of the people I bought it from. I bought a greenhouse, and the main reason behind that is I have a largish garden. I bought a house last year, and I ripped up half the lawn and planted a vegetable patch and built a little picket fence, as you'll see now. There we go. That's built out of the vile, disgusting, half-dead conifers that were lining the garden when I first moved in. So yeah, repurposed those. So you can see here a lovely flourishing vegetable patch early in the season. Grew all sorts of things, peas, and including that grass you see grown. I overseeded the lawn, and that blew into the vegetable patch one windy day. And I have to say that was a true delight to deal with all that grass growing in the vegetable patch. I certainly won't be doing that again. So this is how I was starting all of my seeds off on, raised off the ground. That'll become apparent why in a minute. On a little shitty white table that came with the house. I think every house had them in the late 80s, early 90s, and it was included with the house when I bought it. It wasn't the reason I bought the house, but it was certainly a bonus. So the reason I raised them off the ground, and the reason there's chicken wire on the floor there, you'll see, or I should say rabbit wire. The reason there's rabbit wire on the floor is to try and dissuade the cats. So we have a lot of felines in the area, and I love cats, and I have a cat that lives with me, and yeah, great. But there's some people over the road that keep some cats, and really nice people, and really nice cats, to be honest with you, but they just don't seem to know the rules. And I know cats sometimes poo on lawns, but these ones absolutely love to defecate on my lawns and on my vegetables and in plant pots. So yeah, I had to wall the vegetables in this year, I thought. So a greenhouse was the way to go. So this is where I bought my greenhouse from, and I have to say the service from these people was absolutely spot on. Communication really good, emails, and they phoned me to arrange delivery. The guy that delivered it was a really nice chap. Came spot on, the right day, really convenient time. He lifted it up and carried it. I live on a weird road with a hill, and he had no problem bringing it up, and it was an icy day, and he sort of gritted the drive, so he had ample footing and things, and had a nice chat with him. And yeah, really good guy, gave me some advice on how to build it. And yeah, can't recommend this website or company enough. They're really good. Anyway, here's the greenhouse. I bought it, and I paid a little bit more than this. Now, it went down in price the day after, and I did email them about that and said, is there anything you could do? And they did include 2 window openers for free with the greenhouse, which shouldn't be included, but that was obviously price matching the difference in price that I paid, which again, I am so thankful, and absolutely brilliant, top-notch service. So anyway, here's the footings. You can see there in the distance, far end, I've dug out. So I've got very heavy clay soil. So I sort of, instead of walling the footings in, I just dug the trench about 10-15 inches deep. Bought all my supplies from Travis Perkins. First time I've used them. I'm very impressed, actually. That's the price I paid, including delivery. So yeah, mixed the cement just in a normal wheelbarrow and poured all that in. Took me about half a day to do that, I'd say, to dig the trench and put the cement in. So yeah, half a day to do that, and then I left it a week to dry because of the amount of weather I've had. Then built the brick wall around it again, about half a day. And put the aluminium base frame on top. So you can see there I was trying to lift it off the ground and add more height to it. So this is the greenhouse here on the lawn, and when I opened the box I couldn't believe that's the whole greenhouse, obviously minus the glass. All the essential items here, such as a meat cleaver to open things with, and a cup of coffee. Yeah. Anyway, so onwards and upwards we go with the greenhouse. Now I did actually decide to build this on an extremely windy day, not out of choice, more out of necessity, because it was the only day off I had this week because of a busy work schedule. So I had no option. So yeah, it was the middle of a big storm in the UK, and although the weather was nice, the wind was incredible. The neighbour's tree blew over, and I spent most of the day watching sort of plant pots and bits of rubbish blow through the garden and sort of traverse their way down the neighbourhood. So anyway, you can see here laying out the first frame. On the floor. Now this first frame I'd say took me about an hour and a half to build. Now I could have built it much faster. It's just I triple and quadruple checked everything, so I had this nightmare of building it and then it being wrong and having to unbolt it all. So I thought I'd spend extra long doing it. Now after I'd done this first one, it suddenly become apparent to me that it's very simple to do. So yeah, the next frame took me about 20 minutes to build, so really quick. These side frames took again about 15-20 minutes to put together. Really good instructions with it and really easy to do. Now, I did mention before that I was on my own doing this, or if I didn't, I do now. So this is how I sort of held it up with a pitchfork, with a garden fork with wire around it and clamps and things to sort of hold the frame up. So yeah, I'd say there we are. That's the way I sort of did it. Very windy, but it seemed to work. Now, putting the actual frame up the four sides, this took me about 15-20 minutes. I just couldn't believe how quickly it went together. So yeah, that was all done all of a sudden. And the roof again took about 15-20 minutes. I just couldn't believe how quickly and easily it goes together. So all that's in there. You can see that's that bit finished. And then I actually needed to go out for the day, so I had to leave it then for another week until I was off work again. So here you can see that black strip that I was putting in. You have to put these on yourself. So that's sort of to protect the glass from the frame. So I did that, and that took absolutely ages. I thought, oh, this will only take an hour, and it took me about 3 hours to do it and do it properly. So yeah, glass putting in took about another hour and a half. Very easy, but the one thing I would say, it's toughened glass that comes with it, really good, and it's only thin, but bloody hell, it weighs a ton. It took me ages to shift it from the house up to the garden, but yeah, very easy to put in. And yeah, I had it up in no time. Happy days. So then it came to leveling out the floor inside, which I realised I should have done beforehand. But yeah, sometimes you're stupid. And you can see there how heavy that clay soil is. Absolute nightmare to move. But then again, you could say it's easy because it clumps together. So yeah, there we go, digging it all out and trying to flatten it out. Silicon the glass on. All of a sudden I thought, oh god, I've got to silicon the glass on, because I do live in a windy area and apparently this helps. So I tried to glob it on as much as possible to secure it. So anyway, ground's flat there, you can see, nice and raised off the floor. Happy days. Down to the DIY store. The timber will come in handy in a later video when I build the shelving for it. And you can see I've got some wood chip there. So I was going to put some weed stop fabric down, but I couldn't find any at a reasonable price, and I thought, I'll just put wood chip down. I don't mind pulling the odd weed out. Probably a decision I'll regret later on when I'm pulling weeds out of the floor constantly. But I'm sure I can go back and remedy that later. So we have a little tour around the greenhouse here. It's a really good size. Yeah, really good. It's incredibly strong. I mean, the day after I built it, there was another windy day and it didn't even shift a little bit. Really happy with it. So yeah, put it all together in probably in total 3 days. So actually probably 4. A day to do the footings, a day to do the bricks around the sidewall and let all that dry, a day to build the frame, and then gave myself another day to do the glass. So you can see here in the corners, I've left these empty now. Later on, I'm going to come back, box these in and cement the corners in to add some more sort of strength to it. I've left them open for now because I actually want to run some armoured cabling in there. Well, the electrician will, and some plumbing. Here you can see I've affixed it, so drilled in and put these bolts in. Absolutely spot on, these bolts. I'll take you to where I bought what bolts they are just now. But yeah, just drilled into the concrete and drove these in with a wrench, and bloody hell, they hold strong. I tested them just first. I sort of bolted a bit of wire to a brick and tried to rip the brick out, and it just wouldn't shift. Really good. Didn't have to mess around with raw plugs or nothing. Straight in, no messing. This isn't actually where I bought them from. This is just the bolts themselves. I bought these bolts, but not from these people. Really good, really good. Recommend them. So anyway, yeah, there we go. Happy days. Greenhouse is up. All there is for me to do now is start building the framing, which will come up in a later video. And I do recommend you watch, because I'm not sure if it'll be in the video, but I've just built them and I managed to put a nail through my finger with a nail gun. So we'll see if that footage is there. So anyway, yeah, Greenhouse people, where I bought it from, really recommend them. Great communication, really good instructions before it came. Really good delivery guy, got it in, and the greenhouse itself seems absolutely spot on for the price. Can't argue with anything. Really good. And again, the one thing I would say is I'm really hoping that this year the cats will keep out of the greenhouse and all the vegetables will be fungus and feline fecal matter free. So yeah, there we go. Fingers crossed for that. And yeah, please subscribe or come back, because I will be posting some videos on the framing that I'm building for the greenhouse, and I'm hopefully going to be setting up some Dutch bucket hydroponic or aquaponic, I don't know, I'm new to it, system where it'll be self-watering and everything. And I'll see what kind of crops I can get. I want to try and go for less vegetables, but more yield on each vegetable or fruit. So yeah, come back and watch some more videos, subscribe, and I look forward to your comments and critique in the boxes below. And yeah, thanks for watching this, and speak to you soon. Bye.